Hey guys, what's going on? Rusa here bringing you guys another video today, and today we are bringing you a video on our Slayer ult. Now, this account has not been featured on the channel for quite some time, but we have definitely been hard at work with it. So, what we are basically doing, guys, is as you can tell by the title of the video, we killed 10,000 gargoyles, but not quite exactly 10,000. We do have a couple left, so we're going to go ahead and put our Slayer ring on here. We're going to go ahead and check our log. I believe we have 4 left here, so we're actually going to go ahead and get the last 4 kills live for you guys and see what kind of loot that we get. So once we get those 4 kills, we will have 10,000. We literally started at 0. Train this account all the way up, so as you guys can see, the stats now look pretty damn cool. As you guys can tell, we have 95 strength now. We still actually have some bonuses from our pots. 90 attack, as you can see, 81 defense, as well as 91 hit points. So pretty good with the stats right there. And, you know, I will take you guys through the gear right now, so let's actually go ahead and do that. So if you guys take a look at the gear that we have, you can also take a look at the inventory, and I'll kind of explain to you guys why we have certain gear. So in our boot slot, we'll kind of start at the bottom of the list, I guess. So we do have granite gloves, primordial boots, as you can see right here. Very, very cool. And we also have a Slayer Ring Eternal. Normally we'd be wearing the Ring of Wealth when we actually kill the gargoyles, because every time the gargoyles do actually drop coins, we can actually pick that up automatically. It actually really saves with the AFK ability of gargoyles, and it just helps you with the ult in general. But those are pretty much the best in slot. Now, what I will say is we actually do not have Barrow's Gloves, so Barrow's Gloves are also another alternate if you guys want to have something else in the glove slot. You guys can also have the Rejuvenation Bracelet. I was actually supposed to buy one, but I kind of forgot about it. So personally, guys, I would put the Rejuvenation Bracelet there instead of the Granite Gloves. But obviously, if you have Barrow's Gloves will be very helpful as well. But the Reju Bracelet, in terms of HP regeneration, is still very good. So moving on, guys, to the basically to the legs in the chest plate. So we obviously have Bandos. We're rocking the Bandos top and the Bandos chest as well. There's the Bandos chest and the Bandos legs, I should say. We have the best in slot crush weapon in the game, as you guys can tell. Currently, our crush bonus is a plus 129. Our defense crush bonus is plus 246. So for those of you guys who don't know, gargoyles are very, very, very weak to crush, which is why the bludgeon is so good in this instance. We obviously have the Amulet of Torture, one of the best amulets in the game, I believe specifically for strength, so that is very good as well. Then we also have the Fire Cape, guys, one of the best in slot capes as well, but obviously we do not have the Infernal Cape, so we are going with the Fire Cape. And then we just have the Nitsanot Helm, because we do not currently have the Slayer Helm, because we are not doing the gargoyles on tasks. We are literally just going there in order to kill them for money for our level 3 account. So I'm not going to show you guys what we actually have in the bank yet for all of the drops. We will go ahead and go kill the last 4, and I will tell you guys. But let's go ahead and go over the inventory really quickly. So interesting first item, guys. We have here the Saradomin God Sword. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, the Saradomin God Sword is actually worth a pretty good amount of money. So right now, currently, it is worth around 40 to 41 million GP, not even 1,000, 41 million GP. So it's a very expensive sword. I actually prefer not to use it. It actually does get very kind of does get very, you know, non-AFK when you actually use this thing, and you always have to keep an eye on the spec, so it kind of does deplete the AFK ability of it, but, you know, once again, not needed, guys. Definitely useful. I actually had it in my inventory anyway from Slayer, so we did decide to use it. One thing I do want to note, though, is one thing this is really good for. So Preserve actually got buffed a little bit more recently, guys, so using Preserve when you have your super combats on is also very good. As you guys can tell by the Preserve prayer, it is boosted stats to last for about 50% longer, so obviously with the SGS, it heals your HP as well as it does restore your prayer a little bit, so that is why the SGS is good. But the Abyssal Bludgeon also does have a special attack, which the lower your prayer is, the more damage it actually deals. So in one way, it is actually better to get your prayer down to 0, but in another way, it is actually better to keep your prayer up if you do want to use Preserve. But normally, you just use Preserve until our prayer runs out, or we try to restore it a little bit with the SGS. But once again, guys, I just want to let you know the SGS is not actually needed. The Saradomin God Sword, I'm referring you to as the SGS, but it is not actually needed, so there's no need to actually go ahead and buy that. That is a very expensive item. That is definitely not needed, so yeah, don't buy it if you don't want it, guys. So next thing in our inventory, you guys see we usually have super combat potions. Now, in this specific inventory, we only have 2. I usually bring 3 of me. That's usually plenty for about a 2 to 4 hour trip. I'm totally cool with that. I usually play in like 2 to 4 hour time slots, you know, or whatever whatever I can play. Usually when I'm streaming or whatnot, we usually play anywhere from about 4 to maybe more hours. But 3 potions should be enough, guys, especially if you invest in the Eternal Ring. I mean, obviously, this is unlimited teleports. You can also do it with the Slayer Ring. The Eternal Ring is actually worth quite a bit of money. Unfortunately, it's not tradable once you actually make it, but I believe the gem itself is worth about 7 million GP. So it is kind of an expensive item. Definitely not needed. You can obviously make buy Slayer Rings and use those for the teleport, but I do think it's pretty good. Next thing you guys can see, obviously, down this right-hand side, I should say, is Guthans. Guthans is 100% must needed. Obviously, Guthans, guys, you guys know, heals you randomly on hit. Very, very good to have because it will obviously heal you up. This is what allows the Gargoyle ult to stay there for a long period of time, which is awesome. So we have the 4 pieces here, the helm, obviously, we have the plate body, we have the chain skirt, and then we obviously have the spear. You need to have all 4 items on in order to heal up fully. Now, we do have the nose peg in the inventory. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, when you go to the Mauretania Slayer Tower, on the first floor, when you actually use the chain, there will be crawling hands. But when you go to the second floor, there's actually Aberrant Specters. Now, since we are not using the Slayer helmet, which already includes the nose peg, basically what happens, guys, is your stats basically get depleted down to 0, 1. They get very, very low. So you do need a nose peg to get there. Now, you can either buy them from the Slayer Master, drop them when you get there to get some free inventory spaces, or what you can do is you can also just keep it in your inventory like I've been doing and just save it. Only wear on that floor, guys, once you get up to the 3rd floor where the Gargoyles are. I'll kind of show you guys how to do that and everything. Once you actually do that, all you have to do is wear your Nitsuna on the top floor, keep the nose peg in the inventory, and just kind of go from there. We have, obviously, the Rock Hammer. This is what you need to smash Gargoyles with. We have unlocked the unlimited auto smash from the Slayer Master, which is pretty good. Definitely 100% needed if you guys are going to go the option of making a Gargoyle ult. We also have the Ring of Dueling to get to Clan Wars, which we're actually going to go ahead and do now, and I'll kind of discuss everything else that we have in us. So we're going to go to Clan Wars to restore all of our stats, as you guys can tell. So we'll check in with you guys when we get to that part of the video. Alright guys, so we now are in Clan Wars. We're going to go ahead and use our Slayer Ring to actually go to the Mauretania Slayer Tower. As you can tell, it is the second option here. So we're going to make our way over there, put the nose peg on. Now, while we're actually going up, this is what I was referring to, guys. Climbing up the spiky chain, I believe you do need some sort of agility level. I believe it's 61. I could be wrong with that, but I believe it is 61 to actually get up here. Now, on this second floor, the Aberrant Specters will attack you. See, I already got attacked. I got dealt 4 damage already. So if you do not have the nose peg on, you will actually get a warning message, and then you will actually take a significant amount of damage. You also will take a significant decrease in your stats. So, a thing I want to reflect on, we do have the Dueling Ring, like I said, and we also have the Slayer Ring Eternal. We also have a Rune Pouch. Now, the Rune Pouch for us actually has fire runes in it. It has air runes, which aren't really needed, but then it also does have some nature runes in there for alks, because Gargoyles drop a lot of alks. So, this is sort of the inventory I go with. We're going to actually get these 4 kills live, see what we actually get for it. So, you know, we will drink a super combat just to kind of get better hits on this. Just to keep in mind, guys, when you guys do originally go here, Steel Bar, great first drop. When you first go here, the Gargoyles will be aggressive and they will actually attack you. It does take probably about 10 to 15 minutes of being here for them to go unaggro. If they go unaggro, this is also a good reason to keep the nose peg in the inventory. You can go down to the second floor, go right back up, and you will be able to re-aggro them. Now, this makes this way more AFKable. That's also why we wear the Ring of Wealth. So 10,000 is the max cash stack that the Gargoyles will drop. So it literally just puts the GP right into your inventory. So it's pretty cool. And we'll show you guys what we get from the tab once we get there. But yeah, we got 2 more kills to get 10,000 Gargoyle kills exactly. Now, there is something that I will add in, guys. A lot of people here do AFK this as an, as an alt account. So basically what they're trying to do is make as much money as possible on these sort of accounts. So a lot of people will not pay attention to the items that they're actually dropping, and a lot of people will not actually pick their items up in time. So you can, just be on the lookout for that. Pick up everything you can. Make sure you go ahead, pick up these fire runes. I'm not going to do it for the sake of this video, but throughout the 10,000 kills, we actually have been picking up a lot of the fire runes. We've been picking up everything, pure essence, fire runes, even the, the stuff that isn't worth too much money. And I'll kind of explain it to you guys. This is actually a perfect drop. The Rune ore on the 10,000th kill. We're going to go ahead, wear the Slayer Ring, and double check this right now in the log. And we should actually have 10,000 kills exactly. So here is the loot, guys, from 10,000 Gargoyle kills. And we will cut in when I actually get to the bank, and we will show you guys the tab. Alright, guys. So here is the tab of 10,000 Gargoyle kills. So as you guys can see, well, minus the Rings of Dueling. So we were using the Rings of Dueling, obviously, to get the Clan Wars, as previously mentioned. So Gargoyles do not drop Rings of Dueling, if you guys were wondering. But basically, here are basically what we got from 10,000 kills. Now, I do want to say, guys, Gargoyles obviously drop a lot of fire runes, 82,000 fire runes, plus whatever fire runes we actually have in our current rune pouch, which, to be honest with you guys, we'll double check 7,000 more fire runes. So pretty honestly, guys, this is why I'm telling you to pick it up, because if we hover over the mouse, 330k worth of fire runes just from picking up from the Gargoyles. So you guys might not think the stack adds up, but it does add up over time, especially if you are doing a lot of kills. So as you guys can tell right here, pretty good loot. More of the common drops, you're going to get a lot of chaos runes, obviously 23,000 of them, a lot of death runes, and gold ore is really, really good. Now, you guys might be wondering, why do you have platinum tokens? I was doing this to actually keep track of what we were getting from Gargoyles in terms of GP, because Gargoyles do drop a lot of alkables. So the things you're going to want to alk are adamant plate legs, adamant boots, rune two-handers, Rune plate legs, and that's pretty much it. So if you Rune full helms, I should say, and Rune battle axes. So there's a lot of Rune items that are dropped, and you will want to go ahead and do that. Now, Gargoyles do drop a lot of hard clue scrolls. Because we were doing this account as an alt, we actually didn't want to pick those up. So we kept one in our bank. We never received a drop for one after that. So you can obviously make a lot more money doing it if you guys want to go ahead and do some clue scrolls. But we decided against that because we are simply using this account as an alt account. And we didn't want to go ahead and get the stats for those clue scrolls. So as you guys can tell, we did get a couple more Mystic drops or Mystic top drops. We have 12 of them right now. We probably got in total around 20 of them. But we were alking them because they basically alk for the same amount as they do sell in the GE. But I kind of want to, save them from the tab to show you guys. We got very lucky on the Dragon Spear. Not really worth too much, but that's pretty cool. We also got 2 shield left halves, which is a very, very rare drop from Gargoyles, but pretty damn cool if I do say so myself. As you guys can tell, for an Iron Man, this is absolutely incredible as well. So we have a lot of bars that we got. Over 2,000 Mithril bars, over 6,800 steel bars, and almost over 3,600, or we did get over 3,600 gold bars. So one thing I do want to say though is the gold ore that drops, and gold ore is actually worth a lot of money, guys. You can tell this is worth more than 10% of our tabs. So as you guys can tell, the 13 mil is worth about 50% or so. We should have about 2 or 3 more mil, but I actually decided to go into doing platinum tokens. Maybe I would say about 1,000 kills in, unfortunately. So should be a little bit over 30 mil. Also keep in mind, guys, we did have to spend a little bit of money on buying some super combat potions that we can tell in this tab right here. We got about 30 of them. So this should be roughly about 15 mil. So we'll just say we made a little bit over 30 mil. But yeah, with the gold ore, guys, it's worth about 4 mil. The biggest thing worth in this stack is probably, probably that gold ore, to be honest with you guys. I mean, this is worth, about 900k. The shield left half are worth about 140. The bars right here are, I mean, this is worth 1.5 mil, but as you guys can tell, this is simply the biggest drop that we do get. So all the platinum tokens are the coins that got dropped from the Gargoyles, as well as all the alchemables. So I did not. Now, one thing you guys want to do, there's a couple ways to do this. So you do not want to actually save the rune two-handers, the full helms, the battle axes, the plate legs. You do not want to save any of those. That significantly decreases the time that you will actually be doing your trips here at the Mauretania Slayer Tower. Now, one good thing is that we can actually, teleport there infinitely because we have the Slayer Ring or the Eternal Ring, but you still don't want to, kind of get in, you want to get into a rhythm, kill a lot of them. You want your trips to last anywhere between like 4 to 8 hours potentially. So that is one thing that I would advise against, is to save those. I just go ahead and alch them, turn them into GP. We obviously saved a lot of these items mainly due to the fact that we wanted to be able to show you guys in the tab. The other thing I do want to say, a lot of people don't actually pick up Runite ore. So I pick up Runite ore. It's a free 11k. A lot of people do actually alch it in order to save inventory spaces so they can even extend their trip even longer. This obviously doesn't drop too much. I mean, out of 10,000 kills, we only got about 160 of them. So they are worth a pretty good amount of cash. I mean, we would have lost out on 2 mil if we didn't pick any of those up. But, overall, guys, the Pure Essence also added up, worth another 380k. So just by picking up the Pure Essence and the Fire Runes that people kind of left behind, we actually managed to get ourselves around 750k or so. So that is actually not too bad at all. It's more about 700k, but still, guys, 1,000 coins for free. Pretty good investment on my part, if I do say so myself. So pretty cool tab right here, guys. Like I said, roughly worth about 29.4 mil. A lot of it, about 50% of it, in platinum tokens, which is our GP. And like I said, guys, the most expensive item we got was some gold ore. Almost reached the 13,000 mark. We were very, very, very close, but still worth about 4 mil. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this. I just wanted to do this, and we made ourselves a nice 30 mil to kind of invest on the level 3. So pretty excited about that. But the Gargoyle was a huge success. I really did enjoy it. Now, overall, guys, I just want to kind of give like a synopsis of what I would say. So the Gargoyle is very AFK. If you do pay attention to it, it actually will make you slightly more GP per hour. Obviously, that also does depend on your stats and a little bit of luck. If you get more rune items, you'll be able to make a lot more GP. Also, if you guys have higher stats, you'll be able to kill the Gargoyles a little bit more quickly. So throughout these 10,000 kills, we are roughly averaging anywhere between 5 to 600 GP per hour, which is what a lot of people do report on and what a lot of people say as well. So I'm pretty cool with that, and I was very, very excited about that. So all in all, this roughly probably took us about 60 hours to do. Not too shabby for 60 hours of work in the game. Obviously, there are much better methods to be making money, but they're not as AFK. They're a little bit more click intensive, and also there is a high learning curve. For instance, Zulrah, or we have to go get 91 Runecraft to do double nature. So there's obviously a lot of other money makers in the game, but this one is pretty good in its own right. So thank you guys for watching so much. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. I really want to do some more series like this. Obviously, like 10,000 Wyvern kills would take me far more than 60 hours, I would say. So we do want to go ahead and do a little bit more of this. Maybe we'll do like 1,000 wyvern kills and kind of measure that, or 5,000. We do want to go around and do a couple other bosses. So yeah, we'll see what we want to do. Let me know if you guys enjoy this in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you guys do drop a like, and we'll see you next video.